It's crazy how the game works nowadays. Brittany Renner spent the better part of a decade bragging about living wild, being for the streets, running up a body count, disrespecting herself, and somehow, after all that, she's still walking down the aisles before a lot of women who swore they did everything right. Crazy, right? Now you got a whole army of black women mad, side chicks furious, women who thought they deserved the first ring now watching former Instagram models who made a career out of being outside. Getting married before them, it's not just jealousy, it's the realization that loyalty, patience, and playing it safe don't guarantee you a win anymore.
So Islam has made my life better in every single category. And my husband says the closer you get to God, the more you get. And literally in every category of my life, dreams happen, like miracles happen once in a while every day. So it's been really beautiful. It's changed my life. It's for the better.
Do you think Brittany Renner's life has been changed, or do you think she is doing all this for show in the internet?
To hear that, and of course Kevin is here supporting you tonight. How does it feel to have him stand behind you, and what is it about him that you were like, he's the one for me?
His name echoes in every chamber of my heart, and it's hard to describe a love like that. All I can say is that I'm with the person that I quite literally dreamed of.
And he must have gave her some of that good D.
And to be able to just wake up next to him and spend time with him, even to have him here behind me, it's so surreal. I'm like, oh my God, I love him! So he's just the most beautiful person inside and out that I've ever met. And I'm just so thankful that Allah blessed me with him.
Who says you can't turn a 304 into a housewife? Is it real? Is it fake? But a lot of people got a lot to say about this one, including his ex-side chick. Let's get to that.
It's honestly just sick how I was just laid up with him and you seen it and decide to hit him up to meet up.
She didn't just meet up. She the one that got the ring. Even though Brittany is a 304, she got the ring and she's the second wife.
Just disgusting. He called you washed several times and that you lost your glow. That just goes to show you how this man just uses women when it's beneficial to him.
He doing what a true player is supposed to do. He already rich. He already got the money. He looked for a submissive woman. No one would have thought that Brittany Renner, out of all women, would submit to him and he actually accept her. Just because you got tossed to the side? Maybe because you wasn't ready to convert.
Just manipulative and narcissistic. If you turned Muslim because it's a trend, and it's honestly a mockery to the religion. Cut it out.
Let's be honest. At least she's trying to better herself. And going Muslim is the first step, because those girls have to cover up and they can't even practice any of this independence. I say that because I'm Muslim.
Brittany, you preach that you don't want to deal with a man that deals with multiple women, yet you're dealing with one. How contradicting is that? And I'm all about being devoted to one God, but do it for the right reasons. You literally turned to Islam because you're on your last leg.
Oh, don't worry, sweetheart. All of you single ladies and single mothers are going to resort to some type of religion. Why you think the churches are filled with ex-304s?
Women always want to turn to religion as their last outlet. Was this the clout y'all was looking for? To make herself lit on her little show for Basketball Wives? Because she has no one else, obviously. Knowing that I was just laid up in the bed with you.
It don't matter if you was laid up in the bed with him. He's obviously showing you who's important. You're just a side chick. You're expendable at any given moment. But stay in there. We got videos that are worse than this. And now we got a lady that feels like she want to put her 2 cents in on it. And it's always the single ones. Let's hear what she got to say.
So I tried to do a stitch of the video, but it just wasn't doing what I needed to do. But I don't know if y'all seen that video of Kevin Gates and Brittany Renner on the Shade Room or whatever. I saw it on TikTok. So right now he is starting to devalue her. Now, not all narcissists do the same thing.
How can he devalue her when she's already devalued herself? If anything, he's lifting her up.
The same way, I'll say that. Most of them do the same things, but they don't do it in the same nature. Right now, Kevin Gates is starting to devalue Drika. If you look, he's stonewall to her. She's on him like a puppy, rubbing on him, showing like all that affection, and he's not giving her any type of his emotions. Let me tell you why he's doing that.
Because he's staying in alpha frame. He realizes that in order to keep her in control, he has to show her that he can control the situation without saying anything. See, it's single women like this that keep y'all single, because they think that if a man is not catering to your emotions, then he's not a real man.
Brittany Renner, as I said in my other video, she is a pawn. She is there to do a job. And the job is two things. She's there to try to make Drika jealous. And she's there to try to make Drika jealous so Drika will want him back. She is simply a pawn. And the same thing, who else I talked about when it comes to DGG and stuff like that? You can see like he's starting to talk about Haley or Hallie, whatever. He's starting to talk about her like she's a good mom and stuff. One thing about it is they always will want that grade A supply. And what they will do is they will try to do little stuff like that. They'll get a new supply that is so pick me, or
it isn't a pick me, it's just more like what's going to submit to make my life easier. Once a man gets the money, he doesn't operate like a man who don't have any money, that don't believe in himself. With black women, you get so used to the weaker man pursuing you, you don't even understand the traits of a man that's successful. Brittany Renner does.
A new supply that is so has a low self-esteem. They know the perfect new supply that's going to do the bidding.
A woman has to do the bidding if the guy is already at her standard. You're not expecting the guy that has the money, has the look, has the fame, that can literally change your life overnight to continue to vet you. He has plenty of options to choose from. This is why you only see single women, hood boogers, saying this type of stuff. But let's see what other videos got to say.
Beautiful, strong black women to weigh in, all right? I need everybody's perspective. Lisa, you gonna give us the Gen Z perspective, all right? And Miranda,
yes,
the millennial perspective. Mama, Generation X. Aziella, you gonna give us the older people's perspective.
There ain't no perspective. The curse has existed for 50 years. Become a single mom, impress mom and grandma, and blame everything on the man.
I ain't mean it like that.
Yes, you did.
I meant a mature perspective.
Did you just call me old?
Why don't we just go ahead and start? You know what?
Ooh, I'm trying real hard.
Well, I have to dwell on it.
Ooh, I'm rocking. I'm rocking.
Here comes the fat black dude creeping out. I'm telling you, black women can only have power when you have a weak, fat black dude around you. When you get around a black man who has his life together, go to the gym and work out, you don't know how to act.
Even hit the door.
Sorry. Hey, Mr. Payne.
Hey, nigga.
Hey, Miss Ella.
Laura, hey, Laura.
Hey, everybody. Am I interrupting something?
No. Come on.
You can be part of it too.
Yes.
No, it feels like I'm intruding on girls' afternoon or something like that, even though I didn't get an invite.
No, this is the typical talk that most black women have when no black man is around to empower themselves to make them feel like they're doing something right.
No, Laura, it's not like that. Come on.
Thanks, Miranda, but I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, excuse me?
She said she wasn't talking to you, Miranda.
Wait a minute now. Wait. What just happened?
What just happened? Girl talk turns into drama. Don't you see it's all over reality TV? Y'all can't even sit down and get to the point.
Because women will never admit this, but I'll say it for you guys. There's nothing worse for a woman than settling on a guy that she feels that she could do better than, right? And what ends up happening is with a lot of average men, 5'8", making 30 to 50K per year, a lot of women see better than that in America. Even average looking women feel that they could do better than that, right? There's nothing worse than an average guy to a majority of women. So what women do is they'll go to school, they'll pursue an education, they'll become successful. And what they're hoping is that there's gonna be a guy more successful, more attractive, more ambitious than her at the end of that road. But what she's effectively done, because she's become average herself or better than average, is she's just now ostracized a majority of men that would have been a great candidate for her before. But feminism has made it where women are told not to settle, become independent. But you gotta ask yourself, who are they independent of? They're independent of men. We don't walk around and say, oh, we're strong and independent. You guys will laugh at us. What's wrong with y'all niggas? But we run around and we praise women for being independent all the time. But we don't ask ourselves, independent of who? It's of men. Of which men in particular? The majority, AKA the average man.
And they learn all this from mom, grandma, and their aunties. I tell people all the time, especially the black community, you treat You train your sons into loving black women, constantly catering to black women's emotions, constantly trying to prove themselves to a black woman, but you teach the black women not to even need black men. That's why there is no connection in the black community. The black woman is teaching black men and black women two different ways to cope with each other. Now, as black women get older and they went through the development stage of their brain between the ages of 3 and 9 is going to build your personality. Those are the time periods that your mother is molding you. So when you become an adult, you don't know nothing else besides what she told you at 3, 4, 5, and 6, which is you do not need a man. I feel sorry for black women because most of your curse comes from your mom. One thing about a black man, when he wakes up, he will go to another culture.
If she wasn't up, what makes you think that she wouldn't already be taken up by now? You think that she 30, 40, 50 years old and every single guy that ever came across her just missed out on a great thing? Every single guy. They just fumbled. They didn't know what they missed out on.
And he's speaking from the perspective, whenever a man finds a beautiful woman later in life between her 30s, 40s, and 50s, and she starts telling him about all the guys before her that was so bad, he starts to believe that he has a dime piece, not even realizing, bro, she's the dramatic one. There's no way beautiful girls go their whole life just meeting bad dudes, and then all of a sudden you the good guy that come in and only see the good in her. That's what he's breaking down here.
Everybody was crazy, and you the one that discovered the diamond that's been visible for the whole world. She on social media, she had all of the hot spots, she making herself available, and you the one that just discovered her, even though she had children by 3 different dudes. All of them didn't want her. Her daddy don't want her. Her mama's disgusted at her. She done busted down for God knows how many different guys, and you think that she was just hiding in plain sight, and God put a veil over every guy's eyes that passed over her.
And he's right. A lot of guys get caught up like this because they're looking for sexual partners first before they start actually looking for chemistry with a wife. So when a man has a beautiful girl and he wants to keep that beautiful girl, he has a tendency to just go along with what she says and makes her the victim because he thinks that it brings her closer to him. But what he will find out is you will learn why all those other guys are not there the moment you start taking the relationship serious. But we got more. Let's see what else happens.
Black woman, now we have learned to be independent because a lot of niggas don't want to step up to the plate.
Do you understand that every problem that you have, you're gonna attach the nigga to the end of it?
Yes.
You independent because you want to be independent. It ain't got shit to do.
I don't want to be independent.
If you did,
I hate being independent.
If you didn't, you would do the shit that you wouldn't have to.
I
do.
Be independent.
He's saying if we didn't want to be independent, we would shut up.
I'm not saying you even have to shut up. I'm just saying you can't control a man and expect a man to be the nigga that you thought he was gonna be if he let you control him.
That, I hate to admit it, but that is true.
A lot of women got the misconception that men want a partnership that you have to go home and negotiate with and say, baby, this is what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? No, men, if you're gonna give us the responsibility of being the man, if I come home and say some shit that you don't agree with, that don't mean we about to talk about this shit. I've been out here and I seen some shit that you might not have seen. And I'm saying, at this house, to protect us from the shit that I saw, this how we gonna do this. If you don't agree, we can talk about it after the fact, but this what needs to happen.
This is what you have the
That's
final
the type of
say
shit
so.
that turns women. Women don't want to see black men have authority, and that's the struggle. Black men don't have authority.
But a lot of
nowhere.
times they don't know because you think like that. But a lot of these niggas don't know how to lead. They don't know how to run a household.
See, that's what I just said.
But they don't know how.
So you think women always got a rebuttal?
Do you understand that?
We rebuttaling right now.
Niggas don't know how to lead.
They always have an excuse why a black man is doing this, why a black man is doing that. But like he's trying to tell her, you just assume the black man don't know how to lead. You just assume that he don't know how to do these things because you shut him down because you think you know everything.
Well, what are they doing then?
Being ain't shit.
You talking about 3 niggas you had
Exactly. Women run off and date hood booger dudes, hood niggas, and then they think every man is like that. But stick around and see what Charleston White has to say.
And so now the woman is a man and the man is a woman. And now they complaining about one another. So a woman biggest problem is worrying about what a man does when he's not around her. And so that takes away from her building on herself, because she's at home looking at his social media page, trying to see what he's doing. She's checking this, she's checking that, she's seeing who in the comment section. Then she worried, where you at, where you been? Where's your time for you, mama?
Oh, Lord.
How you make you a better woman? How you work on the things that a woman needs? How do you work on the virtue of a woman if you sitting around worried about who he with, what he doing, is he doing this? So your mind is out there with the man and it ain't in the house where it need to be.
Bringing too much chaos and confusion to a situation that's not needed. One thing that B-dubs don't know how to do is actually build with a black man. And that's where a lot of confusion is. It's because both want love, but not taught to be in a relationship. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Definitely share the video. If this is your first time watching, hit that subscribe button. Definitely go down into the playlist, see more. See you on the next video.